morning, everyone. We're going into an important discussion this morning on the G5 Sahel. As you know, we're just back from the region as a Security Council, and we certainly, as Ireland, we were very interested while we were in Niger to meet with the G5 to discuss their own sense of the challenges they face, clearly in a very fragile region. And we believe that as a regional initiative, an effort to support particularly the protection of civilians on the ground, really significant initiative. We want to see both that the countries in the region come together themselves, but also that there's a durable and sustainable basis for working, and that's one of the things I'll say this morning in the Council. We've seen a report from the Secretary-General looking ahead to how we can make this a more sustainable effort, but it's a much needed effort on the ground, no doubt about that. And as I go in, maybe I'll just take a moment also to say to you on Ethiopia, we're constantly watching developments on the ground. Some hope emerging, particularly with African leadership. A lot of activity this week. President Obasanjo, we know President Kenyatta is active. We also have seen other regional efforts underway. We want to see an immediate ceasefire. We want to see the important humanitarian access restored and a political dialogue launched. We just spoke this morning also to the EU Special Envoy who's back from the region, also hoping that the EU role there will be supportive, and we're very much working with President Obasanjo and his efforts there to make progress. I want to say that we're very concerned about the detention of people in Ethiopia, particularly focused on ethnic groups, and I wanted to underline our real concern about the UN staff who continue to be in detention. We're talking to our Security Council colleagues about that. I think the views are well known that we want to see certainly that the human rights and that the health and well-being of all these staff is assured. And we'll be talking later in the day also to Mr. Griffiths, who has been in the region himself, fully support all the work of the Secretary-General and the Director-General of OCHA on the humanitarian issues, but also on what I'm sure is a concern, that UN staff on the ground have been detained. We want to see those people freed. Thank you.
Ambassador, so the Ethiopia regime just said UN staff, like if they break the law, they'll be punished. So do you have any comments on that?
I'm not sure I understood the question.
So the Ethiopia regime just said, like, if the staff work for UN or African Union, if they break the law, they're going to punish them. Do you have any comment on that?
Well, my concern right now is that there are reports about a lot of detention of people based on their ethnicity. There's been a lot of hate speech. We want to see, of course, overall for Ethiopia, a return to stability. This we regard as a worrying situation, and naturally as representative to the UN, I'm particularly concerned about people of any ethnicity who are targeted, and particularly concerned if they were targeted because they're working for the UN. We need to know more about that, and we'll be talking later in the day to Mr. Griffiths. Thank you.